a bunch of outposts, while in the Spratlys, it's added over 13 square kilometers of reclaimed land since 2013 and turned them into military bases.
The militarization of the South China Sea has grown rapidly over the last 5, 6, 7 years. It has come to a point where it's unacceptable for the United States.
In the aftermath, President Rajapaksa declared a state of emergency.
Then, the second trail, this time from a Sidewinder missile, about to bring its journey to an abrupt end.
Hello friends, since last one decade we all are seeing continuous involvement of China in controversies and conflict, whether it's South China Sea issue, building artificial islands for military camps, US-China trade war issue, China's issue with Canada, Europe-China LNG issue, or China's issue with Mongolia, Taiwan, Vietnam, Macau, Hong Kong and Tibet also. We have also seen issues growing within China like bankrupt cases of Chinese bank, Chinese chip company, Chinese electric car company, and even the biggest real estate of चाइना एवरग्रांड also got bankrupt.
घटनाक्रम चीन के हेनान प्रांत की बताई जा रही है और बताया ये भी जा रहा है कि हेनान प्रांत के 5 ग्रामीण बैंकों में चीन के 4 लाख लोगों के सेविंग बैंक अकाउंट्स फ्रीज कर दिए गए। चीन की कुछ मीडिया रिपोर्ट्स में दावा किया गया है कि इन बैंक अकाउंट्स में लोगों के $1.5 बिलियन यानी करीब 12,000 करोड़ रुपए जमा है, जबकि अंतर्राष्ट्रीय एजेंसियों का दावा है कि ये रकम $5.8 बिलियन यानी भारतीय रुपयों में 40,000 करोड़ रुपए हो सकते हैं।
A story of the failure of one of China's and also the world's largest real estate developers. Property developer that came out of absolutely nowhere and within 10 years had $150 billion of assets.
The most indebted property company in the world, Evergrande Group.
If Evergrande really goes under, it will definitely become China's biggest ever bankruptcy case.
We have also seen how China is invading our territory in borders through various points and using its BRI project and string policy strategy to surround India. Xi Jinping has once more control of power in China from March 10, 2023, although it's not a surprise for anyone, as we all know. Since March 2018, by making various amendments in the Constitution of China, Jinping can now hold maximum term of presidency for unlimited durations. Even Jinping's ideology has also been enshrined as an amendment in the Constitution, which makes it very important not only for Chinese people or Chinese Communist Party or for People Liberation Army, but also for every country around the world. Even there has been mobile app launched in China named Study of the Great Nation just to promote and expand the ideology of Xi Jinping. Even in Chinese government department, the civil servants have been asked to demonstrate their loyalty towards Jinping by making frequent use of the app.
中华民族伟大复兴，这是中华民族近代以来最伟大的贡献。这个伟大的贡献就是强国。对军队来讲呢，也是强国。
Today, China not only affects government, countries and organizations, but also every common person around the world, which we have witnessed and experienced through Corona pandemic, which has locked every human being in their houses, independent of their color, caste, religion, race, etc. So China only want to become a superpower, or there is much more behind that. So we have arrived at our question and content which led to come to our video. Does Xi Jinping expanding the governing power and control of CCP around the world? To understand this, we have divided it in 3 key factors. First is money, second is science and technology, and last but not the least, military and defense. So let's start with our first factor, money. China has invested billions and trillions of dollars in various countries, not only in poor or developing countries, but also in developed countries like USA. In USA, China owns 28 Liberty Street, Baccarat Hotel, stakes in General Motors building. In China's H&M Group has invested billions of dollars in properties in New York, Chicago and in San Francisco. China has also bought $2.6 billion stake in AMC America Multi Cinema, which is world's largest theatre chain. China has also purchased $3.6 billion stakes in Legendary Entertainment and has also become the largest shareholder of Deutsche Bank. China uses various groups like HNA, Angbank Group, Focus International and Dalan Wanda Group for making its investment in foreign countries. And all these groups are especially focused by Beijing itself.
China's four biggest private conglomerates, HNA Group, Anbang Insurance Group, Fosun International, and Dalian Wanda Group.
Recently, we all have witnessed the fall down of Silicon Valley Bank. Coincidentally, China is also connected to it. So let's see what China is doing in US stock exchange. As of January 2023, there are 262 Chinese companies listed in US stock exchange with a total market capital of $1.700 trillion. But as of August 2022, China willingly announced that it would voluntarily delist SOEs, state-owned enterprises, from New York Stock Exchange. And these enterprises are Aluminium Corporation of China, China's Life Insurance Company, China's Petroleum and Chemical Corporation, PetroChina International Limited, Sinopec Shanghai Petrochemical Company, and the sixth SOE Hwang Power International has been delisted 5 weeks earlier on July 2022. Somehow all this is done by China just to stop US administration from auditing all these enterprises.
Everything we discuss is leaked to the paper and articles. And that's not all the way the conversation was If there is sincerity on your part, free and open and frank dialogue, and continue to have continue to look to work constructively together, but there will be things we will disagree on. You will have Let's create the conditions first.
China has also invested in Canadian construction giant Aecon, which is Canadian government company and also involved in nuclear power plant project, dairy ascension and power projects. And this has also become one of the reasons of conflict between Canada and China. China has invested billions of dollars in infrastructure, fintech, telecommunication, land, sea, even in air and space projects. In South America, China has invested $8 billion in Hualong-1 nuclear reactor project, which is being jointly developed by China's General Nuclear Power Group and China's National Nuclear Corporation. China has also invested in 2 hydropower dam projects in Argentina, cost $4.7 billion and are being financed by Chinese Development Bank, Industrial and Commercial Bank of China and Bank of China. And all these banks come directly or indirectly under the control of Chinese Communist Party. Argentina has also become the first member of China's BRI project. China has also invested $1.32 billion in rebuilding Santiago high-speed railway project in Chile. Chile has also become the largest trading partner of China in South America.
Range of applications. In its processed powdered form, lithium carbonate, it powers laptops and mobiles, is used as a drug to treat depression, and even build nuclear weapons.
China's Amperex Technology has also invested $1 billion in Bolivia to develop untapped lithium deposit with the goal of producing lithium batteries.
Resources analyst Juan Carlos Zareta is Bolivia's Mr. Lithium. Lithium could substitute oil in the future. So Bolivia could become the Saudi Arabia of South America, of the world. It's a landscape like no other, more Antarctic than Andes. But this is salt, not ice. A freezing nowhere, 3,700 meters above sea level. Well, this is the largest and highest salt lake in the world. It contains the most lithium on Earth. So, welcome to the next energy center of the world.
China has also invested in 50 ongoing projects in 15 Latin American countries concentrated on energy development, petroleum refining and power generation projects. In 2021, annual Chinese companies including China Railway Construction, China Communication Construction, China National Offshore Oil invested $11.3 billion worth of projects in South American countries. Even Chinese oil and mineral companies are responsible for the largest investment in Brazilian economy. Although Brazil has the largest Chinese community in Latin America, which has the population more than 200 Chinese or double that of African Chinese colony.
Over the years, China's ties with Latin America and the Caribbean has paid dividends. Total trade increased from almost $18 billion in 2002 to almost $360 billion in 2019. In 2020, Beijing's imports amounted to $165 billion, mostly of copper, minerals, and meat. From 2005 to 2020, China invested $136 billion in Latin America, with energy projects attracting 57% of the investment. Mining receives 27%. And Chinese banks have become huge lenders to the region. Between 2005 and 2020, they loaned more than $137 billion.
Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Colombia and Peru together are the largest economy of South America, which together hold 90% share of South American economy. China is also negotiating in free trade agreement with Uruguay and with others while finalizing one with Ecuador.
China is building a national library.
In Uruguay, Chinese smartphone maker Xiaomi is opening up around the country. There are no Apple stores. Here at the Panama Canal, China operates some of these ports.
In Argentina, this Chinese bank has more than 100 outlets throughout the country.
And here in Brazil, the largest company for power generation and distribution is Chinese.
China has also invested $7 billion in energy and infrastructure projects throughout Caribbean. China's SOE state-owned enterprises, China's National Offshore Oil Corporation, has 25% stake in Star Block 25, which is an offshore crude oil deposit which produced 4 million barrels per day.
It's delighted today to be able to announce 3 new discoveries in the Starboard Block in Guyana, adding to the 2 that we announced in January of this year, so a total of 5 discoveries already in 2022. It's a truly remarkable story, and it adds to the nearly, now we believe, nearly 11 billion oil equivalent barrels of resource discovered in the Starboard Block. That's a huge number. It supports the chain of projects that we're bringing forward. It takes time for us to mature the resource into these projects, but the discovery process is continuing to happen.
That was Alistair Rutledge, the president of ExxonMobil Guyana, speaking about ExxonMobil's 3 new discoveries of oil offshore Guyana. These discoveries were made at the Barrel I, Patois 1 and Lakanani 1 wells offshore Guyana in the southeast portion of the prolific Starboard Block. Since 2015, the oil company has found oil offshore Guyana, and with several proven discoveries since then, there are now nearly 11 billion barrels of oil found offshore in the Starboard Block.
According to Grains Land Dataset report, China has purchased or leased more than 1 million hectares of farmland in Latin America. But my friend, do you know, according to Chinese property law, foreigners cannot buy land in China as the land belongs to state, or we can say to Chinese Communist Party. In 2022, China's trade with Africa has reached to $61 billion, while USA stands at $64 billion, which is not even half of China's trade with Africa. According to Quartz, US think tank Center for Global Development report said China has invested $23 billion in Africa, which is $8 billion more than the investment made by World Bank, African Development Bank, US European Development Bank combined, and renewable energy and fossil fuel has attracted the largest investment. China has invested billions of dollars in constructing thousands of bridges throughout Africa.
The China-built bridge has been officially inaugurated. The 1,600-meter Fontune Bridge becomes the longest river-crossing bridge in the country. The bridge is located in the city of Fontune and goes over the Salum River. The project is one of the major priority projects in the Senegal Emerging Plan. It is also a concrete manifestation of China's active implementation of the 10 cooperation plans between China and Africa.
Even China has invested $4.08 billion in the form of loan through Chinese Export-Import Bank for the construction of 760-kilometer railway project in Ethiopia. China has also invested $10.45 billion in Zimbabwe for its lithium deposit through 80 enterprises, which are state-owned enterprises, or we can say owned by Chinese Communist Party.
These investments are pouring into Zimbabwe. In 2022, Chinese mining companies Shengshang, China Non-Ferrous, and Yu Cobalt invested nearly $1.5 billion into Zimbabwe. In the same year, Sino Mine Resource Group announced its plan to expand its current production at the Bikita mineral mine by investing $200 million into building a new lithium plant.
China has also invested $681.6 million in the form of loan through Chinese Exim Bank for the construction of Maputo Bridge in Mozambique. Even the whole construction work is carried out by Chinese Road and Bridge Corporation. China has also invested $4.7 billion in Kenya for Standard Gauge Railway project, but according to the print, the project has been spoiled by corruption scandals and criminal allegations. Kenya's National Bureau of Statistics shows Kenya owns more debt to China than any other country. Even in 2020, Kenya's appellate court declared the project between Kenya and China Road and Bridge Corporation to be illegal. Not only this, China imports massive quantities of natural resources from sub-Saharan Africa. These resources include oil, liquefied natural gas, timber, gold, copper, uranium and precious metal like cobalt and lithium. Now if you move to Middle East, here Saudi Arabia is the biggest trading partner of China. China has also shipped 87.49 million tons of crude oil to China in 2022. China is also strengthening its military ties with Riyadh. Although Riyadh has also purchased drones from China, various reports also claim that China's sales of weapons to Saudi Arabia has grown by 400%, and even China is helping Saudi Arabia to build its own ballistic missile.
Big consequences. Our cover story tonight is a brewing threat. China is arming Saudi Arabia. Well, we know that for some time now. So what's new here? China is not just equipping the Saudi forces, it is teaching them how to make advanced weapons. Ballistic missiles to be precise. A new report says Riyadh has set up a secret site with the help of China. The facility is near Dawadmi in Saudi Arabia. China is believed to have shared sensitive ballistic missile technology with the Saudis here. Reports say these are large-scale transfers and Beijing seems to have sent multiple consignments already.
Although US reports also claim that China is building a military facility in United Arab Emirates. Although China has also invested $5 billion in Iraq to jointly develop Al-Khair heavy oil power plant and Mansouriya gas field. China is also working to deepen energy cooperation with Qatar, including $30 million North Field natural gas expansion project. China has invested $6 billion in Turkey, and China has agreed to invest $300 to $400 billion in Iranian oil, gas and petroleum industry. Not only this, China is a key member in the talks aimed to revive 2015 Iranian nuclear deal. So now we know how China is able to break down Saudi and Iran to come together. China is also seeking to invest in construction, water processing and ports in Baghdad to profit its BRI project.
On their way for Europe, China has told its state-owned gas importers to stop reselling LNG to Europe and Asia. The move has not been made public yet.
As Europe-China conflicts are also increasing day by day, even China has stopped LNG supply to Europe. Still, China has invested 120 billion euros in Europe. According to diplomats, China has acquired more than 350 European companies over the past 10 years. While in Australia, Chinese investment has rose to 6.7 billion Australian dollars till the last quarter of 2022. According to Australian Foreign Investment Report, China is the 6th largest investor in Australia. China has mainly invested in infrastructure, service and agriculture sector. China owns an airport in Western Australia, 9 million hectares of Australian land, several coal mines, wind farms, and even port of Darwin in Australia is also owned by China. China also owns 1.5% of water rights in Australia. It has also been seen that several Chinese organizations and people are mainly investing in land and properties in Australia.
From major ports to landmark buildings and large sections of Australia's farmlands, Chinese investors are buying at a rapid rate. Here in Sydney, this building, which is home to the Australian Stock Exchange, was recently purchased. The buyer, a billionaire from Hong Kong, known to be one of China's largest toy manufacturers. Then there's Australia's massive ports. A group of funds backed by Chinese investors agreed to buy the nation's busiest port, located in Melbourne, for more than $7 billion. Australia's agriculture sector has also caught the eyes of Chinese investors.
Friends, now let's move to our last but not the least point of money factor. China's President Xi Jinping emissary Grand Political Economical Project BRI, which is estimated to cost between $4 to $8 trillion. And as of 23rd March 2022, there has been 215 cooperation documents have been signed between 149 countries and 32 international organizations. BRI project also includes projects related to transportation, information and technology, science and technology exchange, energy infrastructure, industrial park, media collaboration, programs on religion and culture, and even military and security cooperation. China has even promised $31 million aid to Taliban-occupied Afghanistan to establish friendly ties with Taliban and to profit its BRI project. China has already invested $65 billion in BRI project in Pakistan, and while it has already acquired Gwadar Port in 2013. According to United States Strategic Report, BRI project characterized of poor quality, corruption, environmental degradation, lack of public oversight, non-transparent loans and contracts, generating worse governance and fiscal problems in host country. Chinese Communist Party is also seeking to judge BRI-related economic dispute through its specialized court, which come directly under the control of CCP. So friends, what do you think? That Xi Jinping is expanding the law and governance power of Chinese Communist Party in other countries? So please comment your ideas, and this is it for our money factor, guys. See you soon in another video with other factors. Till then, bye bye.